Good morning, chat. Good afternoon. Go to your bed. Come on. There you go. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. I'm training her. No, I have my treats over here. I'm training her so that she'll stay on the couch from now on, so that when I'm streaming or something, she's just in the background. I want to see if she'll jump up on my chair. Let's see. Luna, up. Up, up. Right here. Right here. Up, up. Up, up. Can you go up, up? No, no. She don't want that. It's too small. Up. Good. Sit. Good. Yeah. Are you having a good Friday, chat? How's your Friday? You doing all right? Hope you're doing well. Always a good Friday with the Friday crew. Good girl. Good girl. All right, stay there. Sit. They don't like chairs that spin. Oh, that makes sense. Still at work, huh? That's the work crew. What are you doing down here? Go up. Sit. Nice catch. This is the first time you see my legs. I do have legs. We're just waiting. We're just waiting a little bit for people to filter in and stuff. Here. Good. Up. Good girl. Oh, that's dance. My bad. Let's see if she'll do weave. It's been a while since we've done weave. I don't think she knows it anymore. Weave. No. Here. Come. No. Weave. Yes. Over here. Over here. Yeah. Nope. It's fine. Up. Down. Good. I'll do 2 more. Well, hey, Amelia. You're so... Yeah, I do have legs. They were very costly. They were very costly. Paw.
Good morning, Marco.
Good girl. Other paw. Good girl. Oh, thanks, Travie Patty. Good morning. 3 months. Nice. High five. No, high five. Oh, it's too high for you. Good girl. All done. All done. Good girl. Look how pretty she is. Isn't she so beautiful? She is so exceptionally beautiful. She's fucked up her whole neck, though, from scratching it too hard. She's had to get a bunch of shots and stuff. She's very soft, by the way. She's extremely soft. She's extremely soft. That's my girl. That's my girl. You want me to pick you up? Pick you up. Let me pick you up. Let me pick you up. Yo. 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 That's the baby. That's the baby. Oh, I'll get you some ASMR. Hold on. Relax. Relax. Sit up. Yo. Hold on. Let me turn up my gain so you can hear it. Oh, thanks, Shad. Ready? Here we go. Hold on. Oh, that was a good one. That's that high gain. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, good crunch. That my good girl. All right. All right. Good morning, chat. Hope you're doing really well. Let me lower this. Today's game plan is the same as every Fridays. We're going to start off today talking a little bit about what I've been playing this week, what I've been up to. Hopefully you've been up to some fun stuff. Of course, this week has been really big prepping for Monster Hunter Wilds. So it's been really fun revisiting Monster Hunter World, streaming a little bit of that, finding the Switch Axe, and deciding to main that in Dual Blades for Wild. It's been really great. Also sitting down and listening to the Arkfeld theme was really, really fun this week. What a great, very Williams-esque piece that I think is going to be a terrific experience for us that are hopping into Wilds next week. Next week, I will be streaming Wilds for those of you that are interested, starting at 5:30 a.m. EST, because, hey, you got to live a little. And I do plan to play it all day Friday. Saturday, I'll be playing with Rogers Bass, actually. If you know Rogers Bass, it's a very fun channel, great guy. We'll be streaming all day Saturday as well. And then I'll be streaming it every day, all day, Monday through Saturday. Maybe I'll take a break after that, but the plan is to play it every day, like I did before I was a content creator. This week I also started and have been playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And I have to say, holy shit, what an incredible soundtrack. Really, really, really mesmerizing. Such a terrific piece of music. And honestly, like, I mean, it's actually mind-blowing how good Symphony of the Night is compositionally. It's just outstanding. It's such good quality Baroque music, but also like the Colosseum track as well is just so incredibly interesting. I mean, there's just like so much. I can't wait to talk about it. I'll probably end up doing a video essay on it. What else have I played this week? I've sort of halted my Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 playthrough. Great music in that game. Like I said last week, I hit 20 hours and I was like, you know what? I think I'm good. I'd rather play other games. Back on my Trails in the Sky FC grind. Really loving that piece. Hype Train incoming. Monday, we're finishing Three Houses. We've been listening to the entire OST. This weekend, I watched the extended edition of Lord of the Rings. And what a terrific score. Now, those of you that are Lord of the Rings fans already know how good Howard Shore's music is. But holy shit. Like, it really made me realize and appreciate how good that like movie is based on how good that score is. There's so many like key uses of leitmotif in Lord of the Rings that just are like next level. If there's a way that I can talk about and somehow connect video games to Lord of the Rings, since there are Lord of the Rings video games, I may sneak in a Lord of the Rings Howard Shore listen, because it's just insanely good. Truly like just a fantastic score. Night Rain, I did not see anything about it, though I'll definitely check it out. I'm not crazy about the concept. I don't really like that style of game. However, I'll definitely play it, of course. Yeah. Anything else that I played this week? I can't remember. This week was such a blur. I played a game actually that has no music. It's called Snow, and it's a SSX, basically like limitless skiing game, where you literally are just constantly going downhill and trying to knock out tricks, and then you flip, and then you just reset. There's no music, and it's really good. Just so much fun. An indie game, very, very few reviews, just really, really nice. Well, have I played anything else this week? The same Guild Wars 2. I heard an incredible theme from Guild Wars 2 last night with this gorgeous choir. Really transcendent stuff. Guild Wars 2 continues to surprise with its Jeremy Soul music mixed with McLean Detmer. And Lena Rain, of course, is on there as well. It's just a great soundtrack. Yeah, that was pretty much the week when it comes to games and gameplay experiences. I'm like distracted because of the baby. What are you doing? What are you thinking about? Hello? 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 Luna. She's good at scent work. Yeah, there's no denying that. You good? What are you up to? Well, anyway. What's up? What's up? You want? Okay. One more. Oh, sit. Man, this neck is so red, but not infected, so that's good. All right, all done. Okay, let's get started. We have we have about 24 tracks to cover. We really don't have that much to cover, so I'm gonna fill some of this air with chats and things. So, Plix, yes, a Star Wars Battlefront. One of our Red Car has had what is all this? What is all this on your neck? You're such a mess. All right. Red Car is not feeling super well, so I'm just gonna quickly hop down really fast, just to let Red Car go to sleep. So please forgive. And I see. Okay, that sounds great. So let's just do Red Car, and then we'll go back up and take a look at Star Wars Battlefront's music, which is exciting. So this aria is a tribute to a hero from ages past. Oh my God, is this Freeran? And a prayer that she would continue to watch over her people. English lyrics here. I think I may skip the lyrics for the sake of my unspoiled experience and just listen to it. This is from Trails of Cold Steel 2. Okay. goodness, that is exceptionally beautiful, isn't it? What a gorgeous piece. Really, I mean, honestly, like, stunning. What are you doing? Okay. I found that to be incredibly ravishing. I thought, the fact that she repeats the words consistently, Holy Saint, Holy Spirit, and really does that homage to this fallen warrior, this older warrior that was in a previous game or what have you, that's kind of, paid attention to and appreciated and stuff. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Great singing also. There's some tightness in the sound, but in general, it's such a really lovely silver tone. It can be a little bit sharp at times, not in terms of its pitch, but in terms of the color itself. It can be a very, it's a bit pressed, but what I found really interesting about this singer is when she deviates from, when she goes into her straight tone mixed in with the vibrato, I found that really beautiful. And the way that she's able to then at the very end, for instance, she does this where she holds the note out and then she provides vibrato, which is such a common, like thing that happens in musical theater, especially. Really, really lovely. And more than anything, I mean, the French horns in here almost always have this deep seated emotional aspect of that. French horns are so incredible at delivering an emotional sort of gut punch, and this is no exception. It's really, really good. I felt like it was a really like while it was a prayer, there was also a quality of incredible, like almost love for this character that she's singing about. And I guess it's cool. It's also really cool to hear aria and like think about the fact that this is like the truest sense of a classical piece, but in Trails of all things, which is also really wonderful and makes me feel really happy because it very much is like a legitimate piece of music that we really could hear in an opera hall even, which is really cool. Just really like tender, but also very big at the same time. This is a classic. It's just classic writing stuff that I think is really, really good. I really enjoyed that piece. Also, like as I'm slowly working my way through Trails, I find that any excuse to listen to music is a good one. And yeah, I really enjoyed that immensely. Thank you for sharing it with me. Sorry, just give me 1 sec. I just need to. Girl, what is going on with your neck? What is all this? Sorry, chat. Hold on. I'm in dad mode. Let me see. Girl, we're going to make you put on that cone. She's all red. Girl, you are expensive. All right. No, not Tix. She's scratching her neck a lot. Plixtrix. Thank you, Plixtrix, for becoming a member of the Turin tier. So we'll analyze this wonderful main menu theme from Star Wars Battlefront. Which one is this, though? This piece is quite long, so you can stop at the 7-minute, 30-second mark. Oh, Gordy Hobbs. So this must be the new one. Oh, it's the first one. The Tatooine sort of Luke theme is always just so mesmerizing, isn't it? I've at this point I've heard this theme so many times in my life. It's just divine, isn't it? It's such a I'm actually kind of nervous to play this, by the way. I may have to do this on a separate, because this is like so copyright unfriendly. We may have to navigate this a different way. In fact, if it's okay, I might have to just do this separately, because I'm actually kind of nervous, because it's like so unfriendly. I don't want to get struck. I feel like I could, because it's just like John Williams. I don't know if there's other stuff on, like, other channels that do this. Let me just see. I just want to check. I feel like, because it's basically oh no, films, yeah, but well, maybe property of Electronic Arts and Lucasfilm. Ooh, I don't know. That's scary. Then again, this channel's had it up now for several years. Yeah, we may have to revisit this one, Plixie. I'm sorry. I'm very nervous. Well, let's reconvene on this one. Or if you want to provide a different one, that might be better, because this one's just too much of a... I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it's better to play it safe. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna red this one, and Plixsticks, if you wanna change this up while we're on stream, that's fine. Yeah, I don't want to poke the mouse. That would be worse than Kingdom Hearts. Okay, so also shout out to one of my mods here, Deersley. It's his birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Deersley. Happy birthday to you. All right, Manor Lords. I don't know if that was a secret, but I just announced it to 100 people. Manor Lords, Kings and Paupers. There were a lot of CRPG and strategy city builder themes yesterday and today. This is one of the ambient songs in the game that you can listen to while building your town. Let's listen. The soundtrack is actually absurdly good. It's incredible how Plain Chant, even all these years later, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, still is able to just sound so impactful, isn't it? We really underappreciate how reasonably powerful this music can be. It's slow, but it's cool because it's ambient, but it does have some really nice forward momentum and forward direction with the choir, especially in here. Really adds a lot of wonderful layering. Because it's slow, but it doesn't feel like it's not doing something, if that makes sense, you know. I only booted it up one time, but I was really blown away by how good this music is. Not I haven't heard this particular theme, but a lot of the other tracks that you'll hear are in a similar vein. No, just sit. You're fine. Wow. So same motivic idea. Wow, nice harmony, holy shit. you know, oh, it's still going. It's a really powerful thing because this is essentially like a style of music that is real. And, well, okay, how do I explain this? Like with my Friday brain. So this music is not sexy. This music is incredibly simple. This music is, you know, something that we hear very frequently in churches all across, you know, Europe and in some places in the US, but mostly Europe, and certainly in a Middle Ages time period, Gregorian chant. This was very standard. And the thing is, like, a lot of that movement, the reason why the movement is so good is because it's basically all just half steps. You know, it doesn't really follow a chord structure. It kind of is a bit free form, and it's incredibly evocative of mystery, of you know, there's a mystic element to it that really that is really, really powerful. And what I find immensely interesting is that this is just glorious. I mean, it's just like sublimely beautiful, isn't it? It's just so effective. It's so beautiful. It's so it just is transcendent. And what I find really interesting is that it's an ambient track that you're hearing, like, you know, while you're just toiling away, but it doesn't steal your attention with the vocals. It actually like makes you maybe lean in a little bit and listen a little bit closer. And it's done really evocatively. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. What's up, Dave? Yeah, Manor Lords has an incredibly gorgeous OST. And I think, like, it's also really interesting because it defies the idea that, like, what is like video game music anyway, you know, because it's just music, isn't it? And I think that's really, really cool. It totally deviates from the standard, like, well, video game music needs to be XYZ. Well, no, video game music can also just be like classical Gregorian chant, and it's totally valid, which I find really gorgeous. All right, let's check out Sonic R, Mystic Square. Reactive Factory, Work It Out. Never played this game, but the music doesn't let me go anymore. What a soundtrack for a racing game from 1997. Ooh, was it really 1997? Yeah, I really like the soundtrack for Sonic R. keychain. That's an amazing key change. What? Work it out, work it out. I mean, you know, why is that so effective? I think the reason why that's so effective is because it's very repetitive, but just to like, can you feel the sunshine? They kind of repeat themselves quite a bit, but there's the energy in that. It's always really good. And I love this, I guess like pseudo R&B. I don't really know what the like sort of quality of that will be, but like the genre specifically, but it's probably like funk R&B-ish, but like a little bit of drum and beat. I don't know. All that to say, like, it's just so good. I don't think I've listened to a single thing from Sonic R that I haven't liked. It's so good. It's so good. So good. So effervescent, so bright, so warm, so welcoming. Oh, it's stupid good. It's really good. Continues to be good. I want to listen to that entire soundtrack, to be honest with you. Ooh. Okay, cool. Path to Nowhere. Let's go for Fortuna from a musical themed event. Path to Nowhere is like Arknights, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fortuna!
We compass nobody, a path that leads to nowhere. Stepping to the paradise, I will take you somewhere.
Whoa.
Everything's easy and set in stone. Stars are lying and the fate is strong. Fortuna is here, just tell her what you want. Oh, na, 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 oh. I'm celebrating your light. You are the night alive. To be seen as who you are. To be higher than the high. Fortuna! Living out there, you spread yourself thin. But here, you can do anything. Be anyone you want.
Can I be a superstar?
Granted,
Oh, can I be a pianist?
of course.
Can I be a dog?
I want the whole world to know my name.
Hello, John.
Want free children with no pen of labor.
Yes, sir.
It's like modern musical theater.
Say your dream, say your dream.
I want my record.
This style is very, very modern musical theater approach.
I want people to hear me.
Holy fuck, that goes hard as shit.
Don't you want your dream to come true? Will you let me help? We're celebrating your light. You are the night alive. To be seen as who you
Jesus, I could have had another minute of that. That's crazy cool. That's like modern classical music mixed in with modern musical theater music, like modern Broadway or West End, mixed in with this really interesting beat pattern and stuff. Oh my God, like there's like no defining that, because obviously there's some mischief in it. There's also some danger laden within that sound. Wow, I'm really blown away by that. Again, I mean, another gacha game with just an extraordinarily good soundtrack. It's really kind of unfair. I am planning in March, I think, a Chinese video game music video. Assuming that Path to Nowhere is from China. Wow, that's actually shocking. See, like, I just can't really say all that much, like, badly. Yeah, Chinese game dev. It's just like the music in gacha games just like shocks me every time I listen to something new. I'm like, how the fuck do you pull this off? Like, how is this always so fucking good without fail? So like, I can't even deny it. I can't deny like talking about these types of games because the music is consistently interesting, unless it's a total fail, in which case that's a separate discussion. But like, it's just crazy. What the fuck, dude? It's so good. I don't know. I don't have world. Yes, Girls Frontline does count. Yes. Weird West. Oh, I have this game. I've never played it. GhostVoices, a fun indie game I recently got back into with a great dark western soundtrack. Yeah. That's cool. It's just like, it's like a twisted take, almost like the things are really not great. You know, this is an environment of danger and confusion. I mean, I suppose it's called Weird West for a reason, but it's really not a good place to be in, especially with the way that we have the singer and stuff. Hello. Yeah, it feels like there's like danger at every turn. What a fascinating game. I kind of want to play this. It's just like it kind of highlights that things are not quite right. You know what I mean? Like that there's like something's a little bit amiss. And I think that's really the kind of the theme. Well, obviously that's kind of the theme of the game, it feels like, but there's a sound quality in that as well, of like just being like things are like, look, I mean, there's like a pig-headed man, and like, you know, just things are, well, without being sort of pedantic, things are weird, aren't they? Seems kind of abnormal. Man, I really want to play this. I should. I did use the Lorelei boss theme in a recent video, actually, that is not out yet. Is Davi streaming at the same time as me again? I think so. I do love me a Wild West piece. Katamari Damacy, Kisarasara. More Katamari and completely different from the last one, aside from being monstrously catchy. Is it monetized? It's not uploaded yet, but it should be fine, yes. Oh. Is this from Reroll? Oops.
I know you love me. I wanna word you up into my life. Let's roll up to be a single star in the sky. I hear you calling me. I wanna word you up into my life. Let's love up to make a single star in the sky. To you.
What's up, Hobbs? A little bit, sort of scat style singing is really cool. It's essentially, it's just like turning your voice into a jazz instrument. It's really interesting how the voice can also use this like style. It sounds like nonsense, but it's actually it's called scatting. Not to be confused with scatting, like, well, you know what I mean. Scat singing is vocal jazz, essentially. Vocal improv with wordless vocables, nonsense syllables, or without words at all. The singer improvises melodies and rhythms using the voice solely as an instrument rather than a speaking medium. In the sky. To you. How far back do you want us to push it? I could push it down to near the bottom. I'll do it near the end of the stream. How about that? That's fine. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. No worries. Thank you. Me, into my life. Man, that's so beautiful, isn't it? Like, what a vibe. It's just such a terrific piece of music, isn't it? In the sky, me, into my life. Oh man. In the sky. To you, oh, to you. Yeah, it's a brilliant little game. I should really play it. I've seen it, obviously. I remember feeling the controls were kind of odd, but I feel like like all this is improvised. I'm sure of it.
Yes to you.
Good morning. Cheers, Mars. It's amazing. I mean, like, scat singing, you would think it's like really easy, but it's not, because you have to stay within the chordal structure, you know? Like, you can't just like do whatever. It has to like make sense musically, and you also just can't sing the same. You can't just sing the melody over and over either. It's really fascinating how much that goes into creating, you know, music like this and making it make sense. It's really cool. Your buddy got a claim for using a section of the song, and the claim was from a small channel that is now terminated. It's okay. So now they can now that that channel is terminated, they can then not worry about it. They can just contest it. Transformers Devastation. SoundWave superior. Other patron picks inferior. SoundWave boss theme. Not a false strike. There's either a false claim, there's a real claim, or there's a copyright strike. There's no false strikes, but there are false claims. I remember this game. Is that on Steam, by the way? Wow, I can't believe that's not on Steam. Really? It's on PC. Hell yeah, I am, Olive. It was delisted? Oh, that's so fucked up. Everhood 2's in 10 days? Man, I'm not ready. Why did they delist it? Fuck. Is it on GOG? Look at this shit. Man, I want to play this right now. God, the art style's so good. Wow, you can even hear the Transformer. Oh, that's amazing. Man, that's sick. Wow, I love how frenetic that is the whole time. Oh man, it makes me want to play it so bad. Is it on the Xbox store? Or is it delisted everywhere? Oh, no. No, you can play it. Well, no. Oh, it delisted everywhere? The fuck? Wow, that's ass. Oh shit, I forgot Luna was still in here. I'm like, what is that breathing? Huh, what a bummer. Let me see. I'm just checking. Well, all right. Slayer's X, Terminal Aftermath. What's this? Aftermath and Vengeance of the Slayer. Kataklysm in the Computer. Pumped X Mix. Slayer X is an old school FPS, as well as a celebration of the juvenile absurdity of the 90s youth culture. Each track in the game has 3 dynamic versions depending on the combat state. This is the enemies nearby version of the stage theme. Really? Go. Why would they delist it so soon? That is so incredibly stupid. Wow, what a shift. No. Wow, that's surprisingly good. Like, what was Slayer X? What's intriguing to me is how much of a vibe this soundtrack is. Let me just, I want to really quickly, I don't know if this is on Steam, but I want to just see something. Yeah. Oh, this game.
This notebook. My friend Chase helped me program it, and it...
Oh, I would throw up instantly.
Hope you're ready, you mother-flipping turd pile, because I am the X-Slayer.
Wow. I love that boomer shooters have such a like presence online. It's actually crazy. Is this also? No, okay. This is published by No More Robots and Big Z Studios. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, the sheer amount of boomer shooters that exist in this time period, whether it's Ultra Kill, anything from New Blood, basically, is actually crazy. Have I heard the Transformers Devastation OST? I mean, we just listened to one of the tracks, but no, I haven't actually. And I have found a way to procure it, so I will procure it for my my rare video games OST video, which is games that are no longer available to easily purchase. Yes, that is definitely my plan. Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is currently on sale. Elegy of the Sea. I wish I could love this game. Like I really like. This was one of the games I really wanted an Xbox for back in the day, and it's just really hard to play solo. Another Sea of Thieves track? Well, of course. This time around, we'll go deeper down the sea. This track plays while inside a siren shrine. Ooh. Like, is it realistic to play it solo? Probably not very easily. Last time I tried to play it, I got grifted so bad. No, it's the Xbox version. The issue with the game is no single player. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the problem, isn't it? Man. I think it's another one of those games, though, that like most people are not paying attention to the music. Because this is gorgeous. It's already on the PS5. Wow, the ever so slight dissonance there. I like how this is peaceful, but also, like, really somber at the same time. Like, it's, like, so ethereal, so, like, it does feel like you're immersed in the water, but there's also a quality in it of, like, tragedy, you know, and sadness. The vocal sopranos there are so beautiful too. Yeah, I really wish I could play this game. It's like, it seems like a really special game. I don't know if it still is, but wow. Elegy of the Sea. That makes sense. I really like that. Oh, excuse me. No, I'm not watching Solo Leveling. I'm just watching Freerun, and then whatever comes after Freerun, which I'm thinking will be Gurren Lagann, just so I can know what that's about. But I unfortunately have been super busy with the main channel, so I haven't been able to do anything in the for the anime channel in a bit, which is a super bummer, obviously. But it is what it is. Monster Hunter Rise. Oh, I love Magnamalo's theme. Let's do it. Probably one of your favorite songs in Rise. If you don't want to risk copyright, no, there's no issues with copyright with Monster Hunter. Gurren Lagann. I've heard great things. God, I love this theme so much. '86 could be cool. God, he gives me such nightmares. No, 1,000,000%. When he enrages. Also, just like the terrific propulsion here in the rhythm before we switch into like the melodic proper section. It's just like, holy shit, he's awake, you know? And the suspension here as we stretch out. And then we dive into this. Oh, man. Then the real nice accent trumpets goes up to demonstrate like risk, concern, worry. Is this something going to happen? Are we going to be able to get it done? You know what I mean? The gorgeous choir that's kind of under the surface. I love that space. The underpinning of the harmony of the men there is so cool, coupled with the fact that essentially the whole piece is actually extremely elegant. Just a little bit of tension in the horns there. Yeah. And then here's the emphasis. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. It's really good. I mean, I like pretty much all of the music in Rise, to tell you the truth. It's really, really cool. I really, 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 really like Rise's soundtrack. I don't know that I like it more than Worlds. Actually, I think I do. I think I like Rise's soundtrack more than Worlds. Worlds is good, but I really like Rise. I really like Rise's soundscape a lot. All right, Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. An epic theme for the second half of a boss that's ice themed. Blizzeta second phase. You hear the blizzard. Unison movement down. Wow. Whenever there's evil, there's always a choir. Isn't that funny? It's cool. Oh, it expands. That's neat. There's the big battle, battle, battle. I like how this harpsichord right here, actually, the harpsichord symbolizes the blizzata. So there's this like feeling of just like constantly being pummeled with snow, which is really cool. The ice, and then that whole thing too feels like it's the like the size. Maybe there's like a height, or there's like stepping, or there's like snowballs being hurled or something. Like there's something about size in there, which, because I'm thinking to myself, like, why would they include that really sharp, it sounds like a tritone, but that sharp, unless it's just to cause fear, right? Which is totally possible. What a cool piece. Twilight Princess, another one on the desperately want to play at some point list. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire versus Wally. One of the many glow-ups in Oras is how the player's Vardenturf town friend Wally was written. This all comes together to your final fight with him in the base story, which ends the long trek through Victory Road to the Pokemon League. Can I ask you guys a question? Those of you that are here, you're likely here because you like video game music, but like, why? Like, what does video game music, like, why do you like it? Like, why do you like it so much? Like, we're an exception to the vast majority of people. Now, the vast majority of people could be still, the people that like video game music is probably in the millions upon millions, right? But like, it's interesting, like, when we look at the YouTube game, like, certain niches have a certain, like, total potential audience and stuff, right? And it's interesting because, like, things like workout videos, huge potential audience, right? Whereas like video games, a colossal audience, right? But video game music, fairly niche, right? So like while like things could be like, you can still have like a healthy YouTube channel based around music, which I do. It's still never going to reach the sort of peaks and valleys of like something like a workout channel or like a law channel or whatever. And so my question is, why do you like it? Like, what do you like about music that would have you on a live stream? You know what I mean? I find that really interesting. I'm just curious. Mm-hmm. 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 Totally. No, all your answers are awesome. I just feel like there are people that are slightly more sensitive to it than others. You know what I mean? Like people that pay attention. You know, you can, even if you weren't expecting to be like caught in its loop, you know, you can still get caught up in it. And I was just sort of intrigued by, you know, sometimes you play music from a game company I may work for. Oh no, what if I've talked shit? I've been expressing myself more and more these days. I'm scared now. Mm-hmm. 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 So far, there's time. It's like, oh no. People with autism find video game music more interesting than radio music. Definitely. Totally. Yeah, I agree with you. There's like a sensory coupled with a sensory mixed with, as far as I know, I'm not autistic, but I wouldn't rule it out. I'm just obsessed with music. Are we all autists? Listen. Oh, that's funny. I'll never rule out the brain things that I have going on. Oh no. That's funny. Oh boy. All music genres are gay. Yeah, I definitely think a little bit of open-mindedness. I was just marveling that I got done with talking with my YouTube strategist today, and I was like, will my channel ever be XYZ or something similar to XYZ? And he was like, probably not, just because of the sheer nature of what you do. It's a much smaller pool of people. That's not to say that your videos can't be healthy or aren't healthy, as they are. Right. This is just something that comes up because this is my job. So I'm always thinking about, okay, well, how do I continue to evolve? How do I continue to reach the maximum potential for myself? And like, how do I keep growing? Because that's really important to me. What up? And, and he was saying that essentially like it won't reach as much as like and part of me wants it to, right? Like part of me wants it to reach like the most amount of people possible, not from like a selfish, like money, like I want to make, 1 million views every video. Like, no, not necessarily that, but from the perspective of like, well, I think this is really important and I want people to recognize its value. Right. And like, sort of like be like a force for the revolution of, regardless of my own personal taste. Someone in one of my comments today was like, you have impact, and for someone who like can tell such a meaningful story, but then shit on another game's music, like it was like, well, I have my own taste and stuff, but like my desire is to get people to be like, oh yeah, music, shit, I didn't think about that, right? But so we were just talking about growth and like what it means to grow in YouTube land and so on and so forth. And on the one hand, I was like, damn, you don't think that every single one of my videos will get 1 million views at one point? He's like, mm-mm. And I was like, yeah, but I guess it doesn't need to, does it? Because you don't need that to be successful, really. And I hope me sharing that isn't weird. It's just like, I like to talk about it because I find it interesting from like my perspective. Like, how do I, be a genuine person, have interests, have likes and dislikes, have opinions, and then also, find ways to make sure that things are being represented well. Even if I don't like said things, like things should still be brought up. Like it can't just be things I enjoy, because I think like that would be I enjoy all music, but there are certain parts that I like more than others and so on and so forth. So like it's been really interesting being more myself online, which is very challenging because people people don't like that when you disagree with them about things, and people are various degrees of well adjusted. But anyway, I thought it was really cool. So as we've been listening to tracks, because I've enjoyed each of these tracks for different reasons, and I really love listening to the Patreon suggestions because there's just so much that I don't know. So I was sitting here and I'm like, why do people even watch this? Like, what about music like moves people to the point of like seeking out its content online and then watching someone else sit with it and or talk about it? And I don't know, just letting it all out. What's up, Tom? So don't mind the pivot there. I feel very grateful. But I was like, what motivates that, you know? And to me, it's like a no-brainer because I just sit down at the computer every day and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be talking about music today. And that is like what I do. Like that's my, you know, that's my job. I love my job, you know, like that's what I do. What's up, Reddick? Good to see you. I don't know. Sometimes it's just fun to also get someone else's reaction to something you like. That's why my non-gamers react series has been so successful, I think. I agree. It's really fun for me to play music for somebody and have someone be like, holy fuck, I hate that. Here's why. Or be like, I love that. Here's why, right? Or everything in between. You know, or like, I'm going to start a separate series where I'm getting like piano people or like different instrumentalists to come on, and even if or gamers to come on and listen to specific like genre, like listening to saxophone music or whatever. It'll be really like a saxophone expert listens to saxophone music from video games. Like, what? So cool. You know what I mean? There's so much to discover from getting a different speciality within music onto something. You know what I mean? Another reason I love to watch your Patreon space is just because I choose to play a lot of games just because of the music. Yeah, totally. Well, Hal, you've been here for forever at this point. Liking something can be very lonely. There's an experience that means something to you, and then it doesn't mean something to most people around you. I think that's why people seek it out. A great point. Why did I start this channel? I started the channel because I felt like my closest friends were outgrowing video games. And I was still sitting here like, well, I love these. I love this music. This is the only music I listen to. Wow, I don't listen to anything else. Maybe some Iron and Wine or some whatever. But in general, like I don't really listen to I don't really talk about video game music with my friends, and I don't talk about opera anymore because I'm no longer an opera singer. So I mean, in a professional capacity. So I don't like so many of my friendships through grad school and stuff were fueled by shared interest versus from, you know, real reality. You know what I mean? Yeah, tons of Jeff Van Dyke on the channel, on these Patreon streams especially. Rome Total War. I bought it just for the music so I could go down memory lane again. Anyway, this is a little bit of a tangent, but you know, it's always interesting for me as a facilitator for this. Like I really enjoy. There's we were doing a post-mortem on my Minecraft video, which was okay. People really enjoyed it, which made me happy. But I think the thing that we kind of realized was the fact that I don't have we're going to retool it a little bit because I think the way that we delivered it package-wise didn't work as well. Hey, Julian. Paparelli. But we're going to repackage it a little bit because I ended up playing Minecraft for the first time and experiencing the music in game for the first time, and on top of my own experiences, right? And I think that's actually far more interesting than like telling people why Minecraft changed them. But it's interesting how much nuance there is when it comes to not only telling the story that we want to tell through music, right? In terms of like production and YouTube design and creation, and creating videos, and not just repurposing other people's like music, and also like creating thought pieces around it. But then on top of that, packaging it so that it works, and it also like is that billboard that you say, oh yeah, I want to know how Minecraft's music did XYZ, right? Or what's this guy's perspective on XYZ or W2, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Definitely, Katie, yes, definitely have done some Asura's Wrath. Actually, I want to play it after Monster Hunter.
I discovered music. I discovered video game music thanks to my friend playing OST music on Discord Music Bot, discovering new music and also making people discover new music. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. You grew up with it. Playing since I was 3. Yeah, I think I've been playing since I was... I started playing when I was 7 because I grew up in Italy. Well, I grew up in the States, moved to Italy when I was 3, lived there for 3 years, had to move back for various reasons. And the very first night that we came home, my grandparents gifted me a Super Nintendo. Like, literally visually remember this. I gave, I ended up being gifted a Super Nintendo. And then I didn't speak any English. And so the first night that I moved into this country, to the United States formally, where we moved back, I remember sitting around with my cousin and my cousins, and they all spoke English because they grew up here and lived here in the States. And I didn't. And I pivotally remember that Super Mario was such a special game for that moment because I remember that night so clearly because I just could not speak English. It was such an overwhelming experience as a 7-year-old. To be in an environment where you don't speak the language, and having Super Mario was like was like the catalyst for being able to like have a conversation with my cousins through a medium rather than through words. And I was also really obsessed with Power Rangers at the time, and I don't know if you guys remember the Power Rangers SNES game, but I loved that because it was the first time where I felt like I could play a game based on an IP that I like connected to, but you can't physicalize. You can't physicalize like, I don't know, like playing as a Jedi or whatever. And you can like in pretend make believe, but to like actually be able to see it. That platformer was that beat 'em up really was so hard. But I don't think I ever beat it because it was so hard, but I remember just like being obsessed with playing as the Black Ranger. And those were the 2 games that really fundamentally changed the way my brain works when it comes to appreciating video games. I don't think I really started to appreciate video game music until it was probably Final Fantasy VII, actually. Final Fantasy VII which is why my sort of opinions on it are so strong with the remakes, because Final Fantasy VII was like the first RPG I ever played that I like really became obsessed with, where I did everything in it, and all of my free time was spent playing it and consuming it. And it's so interesting how that music really inferred so much of my like future tastes. In Final Fantasy IX, there's an incredible, actually really quickly since we're on a tangent, Diagoro. So I don't know who this person is. If I ever meet them, I'll probably cry. So Diagoro 789. Oh, sorry, you guys have been talking and I just totally got distracted. The phrase game first, gotcha second has become a common phrase to hear. Yeah, that's true. I don't have another Pokemon game video. I suppose we could triple down on one last minute, but that was one of your first games. Doom on SNES. Oh yeah. One of your parents is into classical music, yeah. Why haven't I yet reacted to JoJo's Bizarre? Oh, I just haven't had time. Hey, Davey. This person, Diagoro 789, tons of playlists on YouTube and also on Spotify. This person actively changed the way I perceive music. So this was the soundtrack of my childhood. It's really strange. Like, listen to this. It's not dressed up. There's barely any vibrato on it or anything. It's just this person sitting at the piano. You must play Final Fantasy IX. Must. You hear the keys and my heart. Oh god, it's so good. Technically diegetic. Technically diegetic because it's in the game. It's sung in the game, right? Anyway, so I don't know how I got this person's music because I feel like this, I don't really know like how this piano music was. I mean, you know, burning CDs and stuff at that point, but I distinctly remember that it's these albums that I used to listen to, and I don't know why. I don't know who this person is. I don't know if this is actually the person's even the person's name, but I distinctly remember the videos being like this. It's like one of those deep seated nostalgia things for me, unless I'm completely wrong and it's somebody else. But I mean, there's covers for every single Zelda, Studio Ghibli, Studio Ghibli variations for guitar and piano, you know, video game classics. Like, I don't know who this person is, but this person, like this is the reason I enjoy video game music as much as I do, is because of these piano covers. It's really strange for me. So anyway, all that to say, definitely check out Diagoro's channel. Definitely check out Diagoro's channel. The very best Disney songs, 7 variations of Pachelbel's Canon in D major, like 7 levels of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I mean, like The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom music, like so on and so forth. Like there's just anyway, all that to say, like that's why I kind of fell in love with music, was really because of Final Fantasy. I don't think I really paid attention to the music of anything prior to Final Fantasy, but I think after that I sort of tuned in a little bit more. That said, I don't think I was really made aware of how much I enjoyed video game music until, like, it was always something I kind of played passively. Like most people, I don't think most people really think about video game music. It's just not something that's necessarily a priority when gaming, because gaming is gaming. Gaming is the priority when it comes to gaming, right? But I mentioned this yesterday on yesterday's stream, so I'll mention it today too. Like, the brownie's already delicious. You don't need the frosting, but I'm telling you, the frosting on top of the brownie makes everything so much better. It's just like, it's that much better. The brownie is that much better. You know what I mean? So yeah. All that to say, yeah. Has any patron ever suggested themes from Final Fantasy 12? No, one has. There's like one video on the channel for Final Fantasy 12. Anyway, I really sometimes, sorry, don't mind me. I sometimes get, very, my nostalgia hits really hard. That video is actually sitting in the chamber. And in fact, it's a really good point. The best is yet to come from Metal Gear Solid. Again, like, I loved that ending, but I never really thought about how impactful the music was. You know, I never put two and two together. But yet the best is yet to come. Like, how many times did I beat Metal Gear Solid as a kid? 6, because I did all the endings and I got the unlimited ammo gun. I got the camo, you know, I did all the stuff. Like, I played the shit out of it. So, like, clearly I love Metal Gear, but, like, was I also inadvertently, like, you know, moved by the music without realizing it? I think it's really amazing, because, like, good music really is so in the background, and I think most people don't realize how much it impacts and influences them, but it actually impacts and influences everything. Again, the Brownie, the gameplay is perfectly good on its own, but boy, when you add the frosting of the music and the sound design, it really takes it to a whole nother level, and most people don't actually actively understand that or know it. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of musing about why music is important, how we come to realize what it means to us most is the most interesting thing these kinds of streams can be. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I don't know. You know, I think a lot about my personal journey with music has been really interesting, but you know, so I grew up speaking Italian, right? And it wasn't until I became an opera singer and started needing to use Italian that I was like, holy fuck, I speak Italian. Like, what an advantage. You know what I mean? That's a great idea, Siren. Yeah. I should do more of that, to be honest. And I think, like, I didn't really know what was going to happen after I quit opera. And something worth noting too is that I think I didn't really think that I would reinvent myself. I think a lot of people, I don't know how many of you feel this way, but like for me, I was always like, well, I'm going to be an opera singer. Like, that's what I'm going to do with my life. But at 37, it's like, oops. Like, had 2 other careers after that. And, you know, this YouTube one's going pretty well, so I'll stick with it for a while. But, you know, it's always like, what's going to happen in another 10 years? You know what I mean? Like, things change so much. You love watching you watch them on like a repeat? Doesn't that bore you after a while? I also feel like such a basic bitch, though. If I tell you the truth, like, I mean, I don't think a lot of people had a lot of games growing up, but like, it's crazy how I really, as I start to like sort of discover my own like likes and dislikes and tastes and stuff, like I try to keep my palette as open as possible, but I've started to realize that like most people's palettes are pretty small, and myself included. Like, you know, I listen to a lot of stuff. In these streams in particular, we've listened to some like 1,500 songs, but like in reality, it's not possible to like everything, is it? It just isn't. It's just not realistic. And so I've been coming to terms with, okay, well, like, is not liking something just being a curmudgeon, or is it just taste? And that, like, you know, the fact that I don't like Persona 5, like, that was met with some interesting pushback this week. And it's like, I don't know, guys, I just don't like it. I played 100 hours of it. I didn't find it interesting. I didn't find it. I've played a million other JRPGs. I don't really like weakness systems, because then I just spam the same attack. It's a me issue, right? Or like the platformer discussion, right? Crash Bandicoot. Okram came out, my alter ego, and said, fuck Crash Bandicoot, right? But then last night we were talking about it, and I picked up the Crash trilogy, and I played the third one. And I gotta tell you, I played every single level in the first section before fighting Tiny Tiger, Tiny Lion. I can't remember the boss of the first section of Crash 3. I loved it. So clearly, I didn't know Crash's game. And but Crash 1 sucks, and I'm never gonna change. That's Okram. Okram came out. Tiny Tiger, yeah. But I was thinking, but yes, that was going to be my next point, is that I think sometimes people feel like they're being attacked in a weird way when someone says they don't like something they like. And I think It's all right, Spira. Thanks for that Zero Ranger track yesterday. You did good. The reason I'm actually going to play it either next week or later today, Hillian, because I'm like, I want to know how much I suck and or it sucks. Yeah, I really like that game. I've only played like 20 minutes of it, but I was really impressed with it. I think what happens with music, which is really interesting, is, and I've mentioned this previously, music, we have such individual, like, monumentally Okram Labba Piam. We connect with these pieces. We connect with music to a point that it impacts us because it takes on an emotional like feeling, right? Like there's emotion involved. And if you really think about music, ultimately what it actually is emotion through like a tangible thing that we can listen to and attach ourselves to, right? And so we have these experiences and games and music that really shape us. And for someone to come in to your, well, in a public space, not to your house, because I don't think, it's like, for someone to come into your like bubble that you have online, which is a separate bubble from your actual personhood and whatever, and be like, well, I don't like this. Naturally, because we have such an emotional investment because of the music and the gameplay and the personal experience with something, in whatever state we're in. So like, say you were seriously depressed and you played through a game and that game actually helped you navigate your depression. Of course you're going to be protective of that, because you're being protective not only of yourself, but not only of the experience, but also your own personhood. You know what I mean? And I find that really interesting, because then a person comes in and says, well, I don't like that because the experience I had was neutral, or worse, I disliked it. And so naturally there's going to be a clash. And I find that really interesting. I find that very interesting. And musically, these feelings are actually enhanced. And the music causes an enhanced emotional feeling, which then doubles the intensity that we feel when someone says, well, I don't like that, or I'm not interested in that. You know what I mean? I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's how I feel. I do listen to suggested music, but unfortunately on these particular streams, these are predominantly for folks on the Patreon. That's one of their like perks. To me, music and the music I like for sure is very personal. It's actually hard for me to feel comfortable sharing my music, not because I'm worried they don't like it, but because I'm so attached to it. It feels like I'm exposing something deeply personal. I mean, it is deeply personal, isn't it? Our likes are personal in general. You know, it's only recently where we even start talking about who people voted for and shit. I remember when I was in 5th grade. We'll get back to it. Are you in a rush, Eloy? You got somewhere to be? I remember in 5th grade, people would be like, you wouldn't tell us somebody who you voted for. Now we wear who we vote for as like a badge of honor or a dishonor. It's like, who I voted for is not relevant to anything. I mean, now it's a complicated issue, but you know what I mean? Like, there are certain things that are personal that should be protected. But it's interesting how people sort of twist around and stuff. I've already listened to that. I played through all of Silent Hill and did a video on it. It is nobody's business. You've really recently started forcing myself to share music with my partner. Admittedly, it is, isn't it? It is. I don't think I'm going to pick up Sonic Superstars. Is Sonic Superstars good? Where can you find it? On YouTube, Marco Meatball, Silent Hill 2. It'll bring up every single... Here, you want to see something that no one's seen because I delisted it? Did I remove it from this? I did. Oh, here you go. This has not seen the light of day. Here you go. Talk about Silent Hill. genuinely uncomfortable. All right, here we go. Whoa. Oh, God. Okay. Jesus. Oh, it's too big. What the hell is even in here? Oh, shit. There you go. Oh, man, guys. I'm legit scared. Oh, shit. Oh. Don't say anything. Dude. There you go.
Hello?
Fuck. Oh, shit. Why does it look like it's been experimented on? Oh, my fuck. Too loud. Oh, shit. There you go. There you go. So, yes, I did play Silent Hill 2. This video has never seen the light of day. I don't think... Oh, no, it did, but then I was like, this isn't... Cringe? Oh. I am cringe. I decided I'm not going to hide my cringe anymore. Something that happens to you when you sort of just decide to accept who you are. We're all cringe. Fucking... You know who's really cringe? People that say cringe. Cringe but free. Oh, man. Yeah, no. Cringe is cringe. Being cringe is cringe. Cringeless cringing is cringe. To be cringe is to be free. Yeah, it's funny. It's one of the funny parts about interacting with folks is that we're all different ages, and it's always funny when like a 17-year-old yells at me. Someone who's 20 years younger than me, they're being like, "Well, I didn't appreciate," and I'm like, "Oh God, you're literally, I could be your father." You know, but it's like, sorry. If we saw each other on the street, what would happen? Nothing. We wouldn't interact, you know. But now it's like, you know, it's different. Now it's like, you know, anybody can say anything. So like you get like a 20-something, like a 21-year-old or something. God, when I was 21, I was so stupid. 20-year-olds have too much power. They must be stopped. Gen Z. Gen Z, you must be stopped. I'm just kidding. God. I don't know why I've been feeling so nostalgic on these streams lately. Ernest Becker's Pulitzer-winning The Denial of Death is an interesting account for why we are so violently... Thank you. I'm immediately going to read this. The Denial of Death is a 1973 book by American cultural anthropologist Ernest Becker, which discusses the psychological and philosophical implications of how people and cultures have reacted to the concept of death. Most human action is taken to ignore or avoid. Wow, I'm going to read the fuck out of this. Thank you. Speaking of books, while we're here, has anybody read Between Two Fires? I don't know how many of you like Souls games. Between Two Fires is one of the best books I have ever read. I don't want to accidentally... I cannot read. Oh. Well, the audiobook is probably good. It's incredible. The year is 1348. Thomas, a disgraced knight, has found a young girl alone in a dead Norman village, an orphan of the Black Plague, and an almost unnerving picture of innocence. She tells Thomas that plague is only a part of a larger cataclysm that the fallen angels under Lucifer are rising in a second war on heaven, and that the world of men has fallen behind the lines of conflict. Is it delirium or is it faith? She believes she has seen the angels of God. She believes the righteous dead speak to her in dreams, and now she has convinced the faithless Thomas to shepherd her across the depraved landscape to Avignon. There she tells Thomas she will fulfill her mission to confront the evil that has devastated the earth and to restore to this betrayed, murderous knight the nobility and hope of salvation he long abandoned. As hell unleashes its wrath, and as the true nature of the girl is revealed, Thomas will find himself on a macabre battleground of angels and demons, saints and the risen dead, and in the midst of a desperate struggle for nothing less than the soul of a man. When I tell you, it is one of the most powerful books I've read in the last, like, probably decade plus. Unbelievable. And if you like FromSoft stuff, or like Bloodborne especially, or really like anything, it's so good. There's one scene that literally, like, I was aghast. Like, my mouth was open. I was like, oh my God. Like, there's some real imagery here of just like of like godly manipulation of things that should be pure but then become not. Really, really good. So anyway, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get back to Dr. Wally, or no, versus Wally, excuse me. Went on quite the tangent there. Damn. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible how short that loop is. How is that, 30 seconds maybe? Hold on. Yeah, 40-second. I'm sorry, I just yelled. 40-second. It was 40 seconds, which is really cool. But that also makes sense because of the nature of the original versions of this. So that makes sense. But Sapphire and Ruby. But weren't those on the DS? Yeah, I really enjoyed that piece. That was actually so fun. I love the like sense of desperation in it, and the sense of like, I gotta get this done. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's cool. ORS was on the 3DS. Yeah, but the it's based on the GBA though. Right. I really enjoyed that. More Lisa. You know what's funny? Clown, I don't know, whenever you watch this, I don't know if you're here. I don't know that you are. A lot of people on the weird video game music video, they were like, how are you going to do a weird music video and not include Lisa? And I was like, well, believe it or not, I've basically listened to the entire soundtrack because of one of my particular patrons. And I thought that was really funny because like people really want Lisa to like be on a weird video, which by the way, that video is doing swimmingly. I'm very happy about how that video is doing. don't know if I told you, but oh, you don't think it's in Ruby Sapphire? Really? Well, then Verse Wally is amazing. That's even cooler. I don't know if I told you, but for weirdest video game music ever made, part 2, I'm gonna have Chuck Salamone. How are you gonna do a weird video game music without Osamu Sato? What the fuck is Osamu Sato? I mean, ask yourself that. I don't know everything. I don't know what that is. I just got done telling you I only have limited knowledge. I'm trying. We have a running joke about... Should I say this? No, I'm not going to. Nitro, you know what I'm talking about. It's my favorite joke. It's my favorite. It's like people... Oh, I'll say it, whatever. People be like, how come you didn't listen to... how come you didn't listen to, like, the Sword of Fireblade from The Legend of Azure Steel Fire? It's like, bro, I don't know what that is. Like, I just don't know what that is. Like, I've got a pulse on the industry that's pretty good, but like, there is some stuff that's like all the way over here, and I just do not know what it is. How do you not know Lapis Romania, the First King, Legend of Palindruncia 7, and the DLC Chronicles of the Vilandrian Cult of the... It's the best. It's the best. But seriously, I don't know if that is... Yeah, no, Off will be on the next video. And also, Osamu Sato will definitely be on the next... I don't know who... Tell me what that is so I can understand. Yeah, it's so fucking funny. I don't say that as an offense, though. It's just like it's a classic. There's just so much stuff. There's just so many games. I mean, with 40 plus years at this point, like, there's just so many games. And it turns out that I don't know shit about fuck. Like, there's just so much stuff that I just don't know. But it always cracks me up whenever, like, someone's like, it's a crime that you didn't feature The First King, Legend of Palindrusia 7, and the DLC Chronicles of the Vilandrian Cult of the Underworld. You're right. It is a crime. I'm going to jail. The thing is, I bet you, but the problem is that the reality is that Lapis Romania, The First King, Legend of Palindrunia 7, and its DLC, Chronicles of the Vilandrian Cult of the Underworld, is probably a phenomenal game compared to any AAA shit that I probably played. You know what I mean? Like that's the fucked up part, is that, like, good games are like under here somewhere, and they're so fucking good, and like there's a reason why there's a cult following, like Everhood. No one knows about Everhood except for someone in chat mentioned it earlier. Everhood is one of the best games I have ever played. It's in my top 10 games. I love Everhood. I love Everhood more than Undertale. Everhood is so... It borrows a little bit from Everhood's... from Undertale's, like, style, right? And Everhood, no one knows about it. Like, no one cares. It is one of the best games I've ever played. I love it. Yeah, Olive, it was you. That's right. I love Everhood. The rhythm combat, like the dodging of bullet, like I have like an urge to play it. Like I want to play it right now, but like every once in a while I get like a little, my brain jiggles for Everhood. It's so weird. What an amazing game. Everhood 2 is coming out. You think anybody knows? No. Should they? Yes. Is that the rhythm game where you're the dude is just looking for him? Yeah, that is that game. It's so good. It's so good. Can I go on another tangent about Everhood really quickly? You didn't know. You don't even know now. Hold on. Everhood. Look at this. Let me just show you the gameplay of... Okay, fine. You want weird music? Here you go. Watch this. This is when shit goes crazy. Oh wait, epilepsy warning. Maybe we don't do that one. Hold on. Everdee's nuts. Oh god. Let's do. We'll do this one. This is story mode. This is the game. So you're just avoiding this stuff, right? Like, okay, fine. Normal. Yeah, because I know they have the same fucking name. So you gotta be quick, right? Now check it. Now if it does something totally different. It's crazy. Bum, bum, bum. It's definitely, it's inverted Guitar Hero, yeah. I mean, it's just insane. I adore that game. It's so freaking good. It's like anti-rhythm games, yeah. And it has Undertale themes, but there's, you know, it has like that sort of like Undertale-y kind of story where things sort of naturally devolve and it ends up being like a pretty emotional, heartfelt thing, blah, 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 blah. But I think it landed for me because the main subject matter is death. And I just kind of like that. Anyway, so there's one track in there though that I'll put on the next weird game music video because it's like the gnomes, or it's the gnomes song. It's actually crazy. I can't believe I didn't think about it before, but yeah, Parappa the Rappa. I mean, I grew up with that stuff, so I mean, I don't think anybody's ever suggested it. No, actually. Let's do Bare Naked Fangs from. You remember? I think you watched that playthrough, didn't you? Let's check out Lisa the Painful. Bare Naked Fangs. What the fuck am I even looking at? Oh yeah, Guitar Man, yeah. I don't know, this feels pretty normal for Lisa right now. Never mind. It's weird again. This is the like least weird. Are these games actually good? It's Lisa. Lisa the Painful. They can't be critically acclaimed though, can they? I mean, I feel like these are like user acclaimed. Yeah. Wait, what? That was the head of the person he was just walking with earlier. What the fuck is this game? Oh, wait. The whole time we were listening to something else. My bad. Yeah, that shit's crazy. It's always crazy. If I were... Yeah, I was just looking at the synopsis. It seems pretty intense. Joy is like a drug that character Brad takes, and then life goes to shit, and so on and so forth. Oh, Wandersong! Speaking of Wandersong, speaking of games that I really should play, this one looks really cute. This is Sailing with the Coffee Pirates. Oh, yeah. Oh god. Oh god. You sing and bring the world back together again. No. The bar you're seeing is those are the pitches. La 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 la. You play as a bard. La 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 la. Oh, those are the pirates singing. Actually, that sounds like a sea shanty the whole time. I just put two and two together. La 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 la. Actually, what's really cool about this, by the way, the main character's voice is actually the so this is funny. Well, if it's funny, I don't know if it's funny, but it's funny to me. When I was a church choir singer, it's how a lot of singers make their money when they're in between gigs or something, singing in church choirs. And I was a church choir ringer, sort of section leader for many a choir. Sometimes I didn't get fired from some because I really didn't want to be there. I was just doing it for a paycheck. Hilarious. It's really weird getting fired from a church job because it's like the church. But anyway, definitely been let go from one or two for just not wanting to be there. But there was, it's amazing because what they do is they hire a professional singer to be the focal, like the ringleader, the one who keeps the thing in function, right? And ideally you're a good musician and you can kind of guide the choir while singing. It actually kind of sounds like this. Because everyone has different degrees of levels of experience and expertise when it comes to singing. But the section leaders are the ones that are trying to keep the glue together. So they're usually the ones who are going to sound the best. And this sailing with the coffee pirates reminds me of that because it's very similar to how it could sound sometimes. Oh, that's funny. Man, I've sung in so many different choirs. Heard so many different sermons that I didn't necessarily agree with. It's like, holy shit. Anyway, that game is cute. I really should sit down and play it. Oh, Paradise Killer. I haven't heard a Paradise Killer track in a while. Nope. Pokefan, sorry. Oh, Metroid Prime 2. Sanctuary Fortress. And I'm back after my long absence. Welcome back. I bring you Redcar's favorite Metroid game. Sanctuary Fortress, a technological fortress high in the mountains. Surely surrounding yourself with soulless automatons is the best way to defend yourself from an all-corrupting force. Right? Whoa. So the computer force is that sound next to it. Okay, I'm getting into it. The cascading down. I actually love the percussion. There's the tilting again. Is this? I wonder if this is another. Is this another world? Like a sort of while you're moving around the map. Hey Joel, what's up? It's one of the final zones in the game. It's whatever, probably YouTube. In what way do you mean, though, benefits? Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing that really sticks out to me. So I'm going to be honest with you. I've yet to find a Metroid Prime. This is a task for you, Poke, if you want it. I've yet to find a Metroid Prime, a Metroid track that I really genuinely like. I liked the winter one that we heard. I think it was like last year in the fall. It's not to say I don't like this, right? Like I think it's like super atmospheric, and I bet you it works so well in the game. But listening to it out of context, I think definitely it's one of those tracks that I think really requires the like stress of the in-game environment. Does Metroid not have like melodic stuff? Because I think that's what I'm missing from this. Like there is melody, right? Ha 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 ha. Yeah. I like the percussion when the percussion comes in near the beginning part of it. YouTube's fine. You whatever one works for you, dude. No problem. I appreciate that though. So it's like I'm listening to it and I'm like, well, I know I don't hate it, and I know that it like helps the game be better, but I also don't feel pulled to it. But I also think I've only heard like environment sounds. So I'd be really intrigued, if possible, to listen to some like melodic stuff. And so it's funny. Okay, another tangent here, guys. Sorry. Here we go. Buckle up. All right. So I don't think that ambient is less than melodic, or that ambient isn't as meaningful as melodic. But after spending like close to 15 years predominantly focusing on melodic music, melodic is more interesting to me because it's something to latch oneself onto. I love melody. Now, I think ambient music, like Skyrim's music, Minecraft lesser because it's pretty melodic, but like Skyrim's music, which also is melodic, but it's mostly ambient. Like also it's kind of a hard example because Skyrim's music is so special. For the purpose of active listening, melodic music has a lot more to extract information from. That's correct, Nitro. Thank you. Yes. I think that that's really the thing. It's not to say that I don't think ambient music's bad. I just think that ambient music does a really good job of showcasing a background / a world. So like in that piece, the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Sanctuary piece, you felt the fact that it was a sanctuary. You felt the fact that it was a place of worship. You felt the fact that it had iron walls and there were robots and automatons and they probably were supposed to like, you know, follow their leader like a god. And it felt like, just making it up. Like I felt like there was a sort of almost like a scientific religion, you know, there was, you know, like, and you're entering into this place and you're like, you're not welcome here because you're different from the rest of them and so on and so forth. So like, I mean, I got a picture, but I don't think ambient music is worse than melodic. I prefer something to latch on to. These are DT770. Yep, you got it right. And I do think that to a degree, ambient music requires more context to fully enjoy. But I've had people that straight up say, well, he doesn't like ambient music, or ambient music he thinks is inferior to melodic music, which I don't think is true. I just have a preference because melodic music tells a story about individuals, whereas ambient music is usually painting a picture, which is interesting because then Final Fantasy XIV says, hey, what's up, bitch? And says, actually, everything is melodic. And so then, like, it's like, okay, well, then is the world also, you know, like, the world also then becomes part of the story. Whereas World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2, yes, you feel a little bit of the environment. You feel a little bit of, like, the story elements around it. But in general, that music is really ambient, and it does a really great job of, like, kind of making you feel like the place is lived in or like, you know, the vibes of a place. Magmore Caverns captures atmosphere and dangerous love of a place by a consistent flowing driving. Noted. We all know the only music Marco thinks is inferior is country. But I like the Weird West track. I love Guild Wars 2. The best thing that ever happened was me leaving Final Fantasy and taking a break from it. And discovering how incredible Guild Wars 2 is. All right, Divinity Original Sin 2. Sins and Gods, Revelation. Rattled my brain after the Minecraft stream trying to figure out a track for this month. Landed on this one from Div 2. I got to the end of Act 1 in Divinity 2. But I really struggle with CRPGs. I'm actually giving Pillars of Eternity the old college try because it's actually really cool. And after playing a bit of Avowed, I feel a little bit more connected to the world. But I have like a soft spot in my heart for Divinity 2. It's just like the characters overwhelming because there's so many and you like, I don't know. Not sure if you managed to push through the game. However, this song is from towards the end. Won't spoil anything for you or anyone in the chat, but I will say the sheer goosebumps when the song plays and the twists on the main melody had me remembering it for months. Let's check it out. Oh, side note, I did not know that Mist of Pandaria was coming to Classic. You bet your ass I'm going to play that, because Mist of Pandaria was one that I never got to play, and I always had a really strong desire to say. Hey, Jenny, what's up? Okay, I want to say something else. I actually preferred this motif to the Baldur's Gate 3 motif. So I'm going to say, I really like this motif. Wow, it essentially almost has like fugue structure. Or, well, no, more like a rondo actually, kind of there for a second. Oh, hey, Lenny. Wow, that's gorgeous. Beautiful pits, too. I like how the tremolo in the strings almost leaves us with a sense of like, what the hell is happening? Or this is happening, you know? This really feels like it's such a somber song, isn't it? The culmination, that motif is so somber, but there's like a culmination of a bunch of different things into one. It has like a turning point quality to it, but it's like the turning point, it's a merging of many different paths into one, and it feels like the turning point is one that like you're just not gonna go back. You know what I mean? Now I know it happens towards the end, but there's like a revelation and stuff. It's really cool. I wonder what happens. Ooh, now I want to kind of try this again. I actually like the first one too. Divinity Original Sin. I know it's like not super polished or whatever, but like there's like a quality about it that's it's very, 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 very high quality, isn't it? Like there's I like these games. I should really sit down with Divinity. I think this series. I think now that I understand it better, I remember there's the one part in Divinity where you're like, you have to pick up pigs. I just remember picking up pigs and putting them somewhere, and the floor was fucking ice, and I was pissed. I just remember being pissed a lot. I'm really too impatient for CRPGs. Like, all of them kind of just bother me. What do you mean I can only move 5 steps? Fuck you! That's my... Oh, boy. Paradise Killer. We've heard some tracks of this before because of Ivy, but let's listen to some more. Oh, I've heard this exact theme. I have a video about this. It's funny. In fact, here's my video right here. See, this is an example of a game that would have benefited from different packaging. Had I packaged this video in a video about indie games or whatever style of game, I think this is actually like a city builder-ish, like a management sim game. I didn't do this game very many favors by doing an individual video. You know, that's a bummer. If I could go back, maybe I will actually, because its theme is pretty good. Go back and combine it with something else. Genre videos are way more broad reaching and more, I think, do a better job of encapsulating, or leading to interest. And also, I think the algorithm recommends them in a different way. Down. Wait, what kind of game is this? Investigation game story. It's like a visual novel. Amazing harmonies in here. City pop? Oh yeah. What's up, Fungus? Probably not. 2.0 yes. Or 2.2 yes. Man, that saxophone's awesome. Thanks for asking. Yep, there's several on the channel. Damn. It's fucking good, dude. I mean, what a great piece of music, and I mean, it's just fun. It's just a jam, you know. Like it's got a little bit of tension in it, but in general, it's just so incredibly satisfying, and it's got like a '90s vibe to it. This song conjures an image of vibing at the mall in the '90s while sipping Orange Julius. Oh fuck, dude. I don't know what Shinji is, but I mean, all that to say, like, I mean, again, how many of you have even heard that? Probably not very many. And even realistically, you know, 3,000, a little under 3,000 reviews on that game. You know, someone the other day asked what makes the song timeless. I'm like, people to listen to it. You know, anyway, that was awesome. Nice to revisit that piece. Halo 4. Oh my God, someone yelled at me because I said that I fell asleep while playing Halo Combat Evolved. How could you say that about? I fell asleep. I don't know. Opening title theme for Halo 4, although one of the least popular Halo games, it is definitely among one of my favorite OSTs. Atonement from Halo 4. That's beautiful, man. I love stuff like this. Oh, man. Gorgeous French fucking horn. Nice dissonance there. Ba-yada. Sera. I love that. It really bothers me that people are like, sort of like hello, what the fuck just happened to my throat? Cast aside Halo 4 and 5 and Infinite musically. Honestly, my favorite main theme, that one was astounding. I would play that for somebody in a non-gamer for sure. But one of the most incredible things, my favorite main themes actually was the Halo Wars the Halo Wars rendition of the main theme of Halo. Incredible. So I think I don't think there's anything wrong with admiring and respecting Marty, but there are many other composers that also do talented, that do wonderful things. Marty being one of them, you know. I think there's a lot of reverence there for childhood and nostalgia and stuff, and for good reason. But like, all I ever hear is people bitch about 4 and 5 and Infinite, and it's like, okay, but the music can still be good. Spirit of Fire, thank you. That's what it is. Yeah. When I heard that, yeah. Okay, what's this? And what? Wow, I don't know either one of these. Okay, let's do. This is so strange. Okay, Pane and Heartache versus Jewel Ghoul from Antonblast. This track comes from an explosive indie platformer, emphasis on explosive. It's the first big boss of the game, which is a crystal-headed mob boss-esque ghoul. What? Dude, this reminds me of Earthworm Jim so much, and Pizza Tower, yeah. Oh, it just came out. Jesus. That was awesome. So funky, so strange, so like kind of hardcore. I really enjoyed that. That's wild. But again, like it's like, look at how indies are taking music and like really spinning it. And yeah, I really, 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 really enjoyed that immensely. Holy shit. That's really good. Stupid good. You know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of that one piece from, oh man, that Capcom game, Kunitsugami? Is that the one? Yeah, the one where you're fighting, it's all just like sax and it's really leaned into. It's awesome. Oh, Enigma of Fear. I still really need to play this, Manuel. The other ending. I did not love the voice acting in this game. But it seems like it's good. It got good reviews. Mr. Smarts, you can do whatever you want. Oops. You can do whatever you want, so long as it's not licensed. But like the Star Wars one. So now we have to talk to Plintrix to confirm and get a different one. just because it's a little bit tricky. But like if it's a trailer, as long as there's music, I talk about trailers from music all the music from trailers all the time. So there's no issue for me. Wow. And this is a game out of Portugal? No, out of Brazil. No, out of Portugal. Let me grab it for you so you can see it. It's like a horror game. Kind of like a classic really nice pixel like 2D 3D aesthetic. Oh, you just got the game today. I think it's Brazil, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, nothing but overwhelming positive reviews. Crazy. Da, da, da. Nice delayed resolution there too. It's fun. Da da dee do. Ooh, super ominous there. Yeah, that's cool. That's really pretty. Man, again, I'd love to sit down and play that. I must choose my battles. Gorgeous. Nothing else to say about it. Sharp Laughter. Clock Tower Rewind. Sharp Laughter. Clock Tower music video. Huh? Oh, is this... What? What's this? Clock Towers, it just had a... Wow. Beautiful. So it could be in like 007 or like a Metal Gear Solid song. Isn't that wild? Thanks, Pursuer. Perfect. That's really gorgeous. I really enjoyed that immensely. Beautiful piece. Beautiful piece. Really could be at home at 007 or something. Has a real edge to it. Thank you for sharing that. Also, Pursuer. Wow, 1 year. I really appreciate that. That's incredible. Really appreciate that. 1 year. That's nuts. Thanks for that so much. Yeah, no, that was an amazing piece. I really enjoyed that immensely. Oops. I did the wrong thing. Fucking Christ. Sorry. It's me, not you. Thanks, Kramen. Okay, you don't have to be rude about it, Kramen. I see you. Ikaruga. Ideal. This is one of those games with one distinct leitmotif, and the music and gameplay are linked to in their presentation. Cool. Ikaruga? What's this? I've never heard of this before. Oh, another shmup. So many shmups lately. Oh, isn't this one of the like OG shmups? Wait, I heard something else from this game. I have it. Oh, look at those the wrinkles of opposite energy and stuff. Wow, that looks cool. And it sounds super fun. I really enjoyed that. I'm gonna add that to cart. That's what happens every stream. Seems really cool. I really like that. Also, the music was really galvanizing. Kirby Triple Deluxe. Context for this piece: Queen Sectonia, a once fair and kind insect queen, was gifted a cursed mirror unknowingly by her lover, and after staring into it day upon day, started to twist her mind, plummeting her into madness, losing herself and her own vanity and delusions of grandeur. She grew tyrannically power-hungry. This is a slow vocal arrangement of Fatal Blooms in Moonlight. Her first boss... Oh, yeah, okay. Pursuer, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, I see why. I see what you did. I like the piano a lot. Ooh, that's beautiful. See ya. Enjoy your workday. Wait, hold on. First of all, that is astoundingly gorgeous. Is this a cover? Oh, or like, is this in the game? I hate to do this. Ugh, I fucking love this piece. That's really cool. I just don't know if this is like in the game or if it's like if it's like an official cover. Do we know? Chat? Does anybody know? Just want to make sure, because if it's not there, if it's just like a cover, they know nice. They know nice. So just want to make sure that. Let's see. Eternal Dream. I need to check, sorry. It's probably okay. Yeah, I mean, Megumi Ohara has done a lot of Kirby, so looks like. Oh, hey, Plix. Okay, sounds good. We'll go back to it. Thank you. Sorry about that. All right, well, we'll listen to this. Thanks for understanding. I love hearing this rearranged. Oof. That is unbelievably good. That's extraordinarily good. Absolutely beautiful. Whew. I know it was an arrangement and it's unclear if it's official or not, but I don't care because hearing that particular piece from Kirby, Moonlit Wilderness, I think it is. Hearing that arrangement of it is incredible. JC Peso Cafe we'll do next month since we already listened to the Clock Tower piece, just FYI. You can put a second piece there as well. Okay, before we get to those, let me go back up. Okay, perfect. Yes, we'll definitely do this. This plays in Alhaitham's character demo. Oh, okay, I've never listened to this before. Let's break it down. You know, so one of the things, so this tier, this is going to be a live sort of breakdown as we talk through it. What I find really interesting about this piece is the way it starts. It starts with this like absolute incredible effervescence and not effervescence. So let me rewind that and say that it starts with this incredible sense of calm and cool, which is really interesting. Now I know a little bit about Alhaitham's character, obviously having played Sumeru and stuff, but one of the cool things about this is the way that it starts with this sort of slap bass, or at least this very actively moving bass. And I think that the lower register of the bass there provides, like the movement in the bass provides this inherent quality of, you know, charm, and like kind of like I can do whatever I want, you know what I mean? Which is really cool. It's definitely funky. It's so interesting because like this whole little like thing, it almost gives you like 1970s vibes almost. But what I really appreciate about it is the fact that it is very bright. And so even though we have a character here that's like cool, calm, kind of like whatever, there's also a bit of like life to him, right? There's a sense of vitality in that music that I think really comes across. There's a real vibrancy in that, which I think really lends itself to the qualities that we would naturally expect of Alhaitham. Like he's cool, calm, collected, but he's also kind of like fun and has a bit of a smile to him. You know what I mean? And I think the music kind of gives it this lightness that allows it to feel kind of like serious, but also energized and carefree in a way. But then here is actually like a settling down and the music changes because now we have the piano and the guitar. And I think that the piano and the guitar represent the sort of naturalness of the character. Like there's a sort of there's not a no, again, knowing Alhaitham just a little bit, there's not a veneer of duplicity. There's like a kind of like what you see is what you get kind of personality in this, but it's not harsh, right? Because sometimes what you see, what you get, you can have assholes, but instead what you end up getting is a real like freshness of like, no, I'm not lying to you. And obviously when we understand the story of Sumeru, pretty much at the beginning of it, like everyone's kind of lying, right? I mean, like this is a whole subplot going on, but with this, it's like, no. I'm going to be honest, but I won't be harsh. And I think that kind of comes across too. Good. Yeah, and then this section's kind of moving, and this section's like, oh, no. I'll have them still get stuff done. You know, we still move through this. Like, we still have a responsibility of things to take care of. We have to keep going, right? So I think that lingers in there, too. It's cool, because cool, calm, collected, casual, friendly, whatever, and then into, get shit done. And I think that's also really fun, because especially with the speed up here, with the sort of the rhythmic intention of this piece, very much leans into that idea. Thank you for clarifying, Dashing. Appreciate that. Gorgeous piece. What's up? It's crazy because it really feels nice resolution. It really feels like that belongs to like a detective PI show from the 70s, doesn't it? Like there's a quality in it that really has this terrific forward momentum, especially in the rhythm, that is very inviting and very like it very much feels like the 70s. And I'm trying to think like it's kind of like Starsky and Hutch or some sort of like Magnum PI, right? Or like some sort of like early 80s like Vice City type quality to it, which is interesting because like Hytham's a pretty educated, learned dude, and yet that music feels very much like, yeah, but don't cross him, you know what I mean? Like there's an energy in that sound that I find really enjoyable and fun. It was just really nice. Thanks for switching that out. I really appreciate it. And thank you for showing them. I don't think I've ever heard that demo, so that's cool. Okay, now we'll go down to Kramen. We're gonna check out Fire Emblem Fates. End of All Sky. Loops at 405. Final boss music for Fates, because I believe at this point you've heard almost all of the final boss music themes in the mainline post-Awakening games. Besides Fates and Engage, there's actually 3 versions with different lyrics depending on which path you play between Birthright, Sky, Conquest, Land, and Revelations below. Cool. So yeah. Oh, this is just like what we heard yesterday. That's interesting how that's the theme. I love the sort of atmospheric quality in that. I love the chords going down to the lower register of the piano too is fun. Da, da, da. Such a grounding sound. Very slow and stretched there. Love these sharp strings very much. That's an interesting juxtaposition. Sharp strings with the fluid choir. Sounds like Morse code. A bit of wandering piano reflecting a memory, you know? Ooh. Interesting shift there. That's cool. So that comes in, it feels like a different meter almost. While we're moving forward, the horns are like. That's gorgeous. It reminds me of Nier. I like the little detail too. Yeah, I like that piece. So far, the stuff I've heard from Fire Emblem Fates, I've really enjoyed. I'm not necessarily crazy about every track in Three Houses and Hydra. I know you're in here, and we're working through the entirety of Three Houses. Some of them are very good, others are fine. I don't think they're bad or anything, but so far, Awakening and Fates have definitely had my more preferred sound quality, I think. I really enjoyed that. That was cool. I may actually sit down with Awakening this weekend a little bit. Divine Dragon from Sekiro, beautiful and ethereal. Yep, I think we've heard this before, but let's dive in. Just as a side note, it's funny because I spent a lot of time with FromSoft games, and it's interesting how, despite people loving Sekiro as much as they do, you rarely hear the soundtrack talked about, which I find kind of interesting because the other ones there's a prominent group of the community that adores the soundtrack, but Sekiro really doesn't get talked about a lot. Huh. Ooh. Push the wrong button on my chair. I think I do. Can't remember. You know, before we continue, as I'm thinking about it, I think the reason, so first of all, I think it's really well composed, but I think the reason it just doesn't land is because it's gorgeous and it is ethereal. I totally agree. It just meanders. There's no like, and I think that's part of the problem is like, it's very helpful at describing or showcasing an emotion or kind of, but more than anything, it just kind of meanders around. It almost feels like background, I don't want to reduce it by saying that it's background music, but that's kind of what it feels like. It kind of just feels like it's there. It doesn't. It's just kind of, it floats. But I guess, I suppose the Divine Dragon floats. So the intention there is to be like, well, that's what the dragon does. It's there. It's in the mountain. Floats around. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't. There's nothing to like lock onto. So it has a kind of. I have like a sort of natural neutrality towards it because like, okay, it's nice. It just doesn't do anything except it snakes around, which is what the Divine Dragon does. So I mean, on the one hand, it's like, it's just interesting. I just find that interesting. See, but did you hear that, like that transition? That transition means something because now we're picking. Now we're actually in something. Okay, but let me stop talking. Yeah, okay. All right. This is better. See, this has cohesion because there's doubling. And everything's kind of moving in its own way. Yeah, and I think that the middle back half of this, I mean, I think you can't have one without the other, and I think in this particular piece, well, hold on a sec. Yeah, I think Activision Blizzard, what? I think the back half of that, you really can't have the first half without, or you can't have the back half without the first half, and I think like this, it's again, we're listening to music in a vacuum, which I think causes its own issues because listening to something just for its own sake sometimes can be to the original piece's detriment. But what I encourage folks to do, and anybody that's watching, you know, listen to the piece you like outside of the context and then put it back in. And like, I bet you now that I've heard this here, I'll never get to the Divine Dragon. I'm not interested in playing Sekiro anymore. But like, if I were to go and play Sekiro and experience the Divine Dragon in context, there's almost like this amazing thing that happens where you essentially like, almost like the experience kind of gets doubled. This happened to me multiple times in my life, and maybe this will be interesting for you, but like, I've really enjoyed listening to Studio Ghibli music, Ghibli, out of context. Arrietty, Nausicaa, Kiki was a big one. Kiki's Delivery Service is a wonderful, like, you know, day in the life movie, right? Like it's nice. It's just like kind of peaceful. Yes, there's some drama, of course, but it doesn't really. It's not like crazy, you know. It's just like a coming of age story. It's a slice of life. It's really peaceful. It's generally, except for one section later on in the end of the movie, right? That music in Kiki is already good as it is in context. It's amazing, but having listened to it before, I actually came into it being like, oh my God, this is that peace I love, right? And all of a sudden I had this deeper sense of peace watching Kiki, that actually Kiki is now one of my favorite Ghibli movies because of how I already attached some sort of emotion to a previous listening separately from the movie. And now what's cool is that now when I go back and I will listen to the soundtrack, it's cool because not only do I hear my own personal feelings from before the movie, but I also feel my feelings from when I watch Kiki. You know, another example of this would be Madama Butterfly. So it's a Puccini opera. I've sung it like 8 times. It's like one of my more frequented pieces. There's a love duet that's about 10 minutes long. That's like, holy fuck, this is long. This is like kind of, okay. Gorgeous, right? But you don't really hear the structure of it. The way that you hear the structure of it is when you see it live. And something really interesting is that when I first heard Madama Butterfly's love duet out of context, I listened to it, I engaged with it, I read the libretto, so like I knew what was happening in the story while they were singing and talking, whatever. But it wasn't until I saw it that the feelings that I'd had about it emotionally prior to watching Madama Butterfly were valid. And then watching it, I was like, oh, wow, this is so cool. So I combined my previous out of context experience with my context experience. And then the more that I remember both of those, you know what I mean? So I remember the out of context sitting in the music library listening to it. And I remember the performance. And then I also remember my own like study of the score because of the work I had to do with the score. So all that to say, like, I think it's a really beautiful thing when a piece like Divine Dragon, the first half especially, out of context and sort of like first listen is kind of whatever to me. That's not to say it's bad. It's not to say it's not quality made. It is. It's not until the second half that it piques my interest because of the rhythm and the way that we have the doubling in there as well. And we really thrust ourselves into the action phase of the music. However, experiencing that, regardless of the feelings I had, now in context, will create a different musical experience for me. And then I can go back and compare and contrast, and it's going to be really fun to like sync up with what the experience was prior to and then with context. So I don't know. Anyway, it's just an interesting thing I've noticed. I used to be kind of anti-context. The first like year of the channel, I was like, no, context doesn't matter. I don't want to hear it. And even probably actually further than that, probably 1.5 years, maybe 2 years even. And I sort of loosened up around it when I started to realize that context is like the whole name of the game, isn't it? I mean, the whole point of the music is to deliver on a context. But, B-U-T-T, we owe it to ourselves to take the music that we love in a game and explore our own feelings with it outside of the game, right? It's like if you've read Lord of the Rings, the books, maybe you watch the movie. No, that's a terrible example. What am I trying to say? I get distracted. Yeah. It's important to like bring our own thought process to the music and the way it sounds, and then reapply it to the context and see if we actually discover more of it because we've taken the time to like listen to it actively and thought about it while listening to it, right? Because so often when we're playing games, it's a passive experience and we're not actively thinking about the music besides, oh, that's cool or whatever, right? But like when you really take a step back and you're like, oh, this is cool because I feel this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Suddenly it's like, oh shit, like this theme is actually even better with the context. Like Consort Radon, listening to that piece outside of context is awesome, right? It's like a great piece. But then like you put it in context and you've done the study of listening to it for fun and a bunch of times, suddenly Consort Radon's theme is so much more impactful, more so than it already is to begin with. Do I make sense? Just sort of talking. All right, let's check out Squiggly. Tree of Savior. Oh, Dave, what's the Tree of Savior? Yes, Weirdness. Monday. Oh my god, these costumes are insane. She's a bumblebee, but like elegant. I like that. Oh, yeah, da, da. Whoa, candelabra. Holy fuck. That's cool. Wait. Yeah, I like that. I like that electronic, like heavy metal meets classical. It's such a fun way to like do a fusion. I'm not going to say it's like the greatest piece ever. It became a little repetitive there near the middle end, but at the same time, I feel like the piece really does a great job of delivering on an emotion. And on top of that, I think it also does sound very cool. I love the like sort of physical gumption that comes with the electric guitar mixed in with the like natural vocal quality, because electric guitar can be can be like its own sort of form of voice, which I really like. So no 2.1 of Withering Waves, to be honest. I'm not going to stream this one, but I will be streaming 2.2. So when that comes. And that's that. We officially clear through the February list. That was how many songs? That was about 90, 96, 95-ish songs, top to bottom, for the month of February. It's always a pleasure listening to this music with everybody. We really cleared through, found some real bangers, of course, as always. Really enjoyed that. Thanks as always again for your flexibility with scheduling and stuff, especially with Valentine's Day. So March will be the same as always. I don't expect any changes, except for the fact that I really won't be making any videos in March, besides, at least not the first week, because the first week will be dedicated to Monster Hunter Wilds. getting my fill basically every day. Although Fridays will still be our Patreon stream days. If anybody has any questions now, we have some time before that is not related to like requesting a track or anything like that. Like, let me know. Of course, there's never any obligation to join the Patreon. It does support the channel. It does help pay my editor and my thumbnail artist and some helpers, and also me occasionally. But in general, you know, the patrons keep the lights on. It really means a lot. It allows me for some stability. God forbid something terrible happened where the channel disappeared. At least I know that I could eat and start this whole sucker again, which I wouldn't want to do anyway. But you know, we would find a way. The Patreon is really an incredible. Everyone who supports that is I really appreciate it. And on top of that, the people that don't subscribe to the Patreon are also really appreciated, because honestly, like I really can't do this without people that are watching and actively engaged in it. So it does mean a lot to me, regardless of Patreon or not. Like, you know, it's fun to be able to talk about music, and I appreciate those of you that come here, because usually everyone's incredibly kind and really respectful, and best of all is we get to like celebrate and talk about music, which is really important. And yeah, will I play Arknights again? Yeah, I'll play for Lapland Altar. Yeah. You took the day off for Monster Hunter, and you just needed to. They made a reference for a Luke's Eterna in 2.1. Ooh. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I will be playing a lot of I'll be playing a lot of Trails of the Sky now that I'm feeling renewed vigor for it. I'll also be playing Guild Wars 2 this weekend, and I plan to keep practicing my switch axe, though I won't probably play too much Monster Hunter, just so that I save my brain for the 28th. So thanks a ton, everybody, as always. And have I heard of Windblown? Of course, yes, I own it. It's a very good game. Thanks a ton, everybody, and we'll see you on Monday. Well, no, we'll see you tomorrow for Symphony of the Night. That's also another game I'm playing. Symphony of the Night, ideally I'll finish it tomorrow, but chances are I'll probably finish it on Tuesday of next week. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. EST, Symphony of the Night, Castlevania. I'll be playing that for several hours until 1 p.m. Monday, we will be having an earlier stream than normal. That will be continuing the Fire Emblem album of Three Houses, and then... And yeah, we'll see what game I end up landing on Tuesday and Wednesday if I finish Castlevania, because I like to play at least one game every week. And then, Friday. So the Patreon live stream, which would normally be on Friday, will be on Thursday from 11 to 1:30, because then I have piano, and then the next day will be Monster Hunter Wilds. So no stream on Friday for patrons. This stream will be on Thursday for everybody. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. My pleasure. Bye.